Yes, I did cut my hair, and yes, I'm wearing glasses. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. There's a huge red button at the bottom of your screen that says subscribe on it. Press that button, and immediately after pressing it, press the bell button to turn on post notifications so that whenever I post a new video, you guys can, know about it and go check it out. And guys, don't worry if you hear any weird sounds in the background. It's only because I opened a couple of windows because it's really hot in this apartment. It is, you don't even understand. So guys, today I want to talk about choosing your career, because I know as a teenager or any other age really, it can be very confusing and very overwhelming as well. So okay, let me tell you my story of choosing my career. Okay, I don't want to sound as if I'm already working. I'm still in high school, people. Since I was like 8-9 years old, somewhere there, I don't really remember. All I remember is I was really young. I've always known that I want to be a doctor. That's been my top option, been my only option actually, that I've always wanted to be a doctor. That was it for me. And eventually my parents saw that I'm actually serious about becoming a doctor one day, and they decided to make a few calls here and there. And then as a child I got to go and see, got a personal private tour around the local hospital back in the Free State. And that was actually very cool for me. It actually made me want to be a doctor even more. It made me want to go study the next day and be qualified right on that same day. And I was like, this is it for me. I know what I want to be. Nothing's gonna change my mind, nothing at all. I started getting to know more about the different types of doctors, neurologists, cardiologists, all those whole fancy doctors, and then I was like, okay, I saw a lot of options here and there. And then I found out that being a specialist, in the medicine world, you have to study your first 7 years. I don't know how in other countries work, but you have to work study your 7 years, and then you're gonna be a general practitioner. And then depending on what specialty you want to study, you're going to spend another 4 or 5 years of studying, and then you get to be the specialist that you want to be. So then after hearing this, I was like, okay, that's a lot of years, but I still want to be a doctor. I'm going to do this. And my marks in school were great. I was like, I got this. I'm going to be a doctor. And then I don't know what happened. When you're so tired of school, you're just so exhausted that you want to be done with school. And then I was like, nah, I can't do 12 years of studying. I ain't gonna study 12-13 years of being something that I'm not really sure of. Years down the line, I wasn't really sure about this whole doctor situation. And it wasn't just because of the years as such, but that was one of the reasons. But then that wasn't the major reason. I just lost, how can I put this? It got overwhelming. That's all. It got overwhelming. I knew that I love science and I love medicine and biology and all of that, but then being a doctor requires a lot of things. Being a doctor requires a lot of patience, a lot of endurance, a lot of time. And I just thought, okay, I can't be a doctor, because even if I do qualify to be a normal general practitioner doctor, I'm not gonna have a social life basically. Because if I work in a hospital, for instance, yeah, I can work from 8 until 5 o'clock in the night, but then I can't guarantee that when I'm home nobody will call me and be like, hey, there's an emergency, we need you here, come down to the office, to the hospital and help people. I mean, I don't mind helping people. That's the whole point of me being a doctor, to help people. But then I don't want to work where I don't have time for family, have time for myself, have time for spiritual things. Since I'm a Christian, I don't want to. I don't want to work at a job that's gonna stress me and like overwhelm me as a person. I don't want that. So I was freaking out. I was freaking out. Like, okay, now I don't know what I want to be. And now it's like approaching grade 10, I think. Yeah, I was in grade 9. I was approaching grade 10, and now I have to choose my subjects. I don't know what I want to do now. Like, it was a whole mess. Like, it was a mess. I was freaking out. You can even ask my family. My dad thought I was crazy because I was freaking out at such a young age. But hey, you gotta know. I'm gonna choose my subjects. Next thing, I'm applying to university. Next thing, I'm in university and I'm doing something that I don't want to do. And yeah, I didn't want. I was freaking out. And my parents were like, "Hey, why don't you become a dentist?" And I'm like, I don't want to spend all day, checking people's teeth if they're clean or not, if they have fillings that they need to be done. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want a boring job. So I was like, nah, not for me. That is not for me. But then my parents continued to explain, because I asked them like, why dentists all of a sudden? You never spoke about dentistry. You never had interest in dentistry, and all of a sudden you want me to become a dentist. Like, how does this even work? So then no, they continued to explain, like, you study around 5 years, I think 4 or 5 years, and then you can work your normal personal hours. Like, I can open my own surgery, and I can open from whatever time I want and end at whatever time I want, and still earn a decent living, like a decent salary, and make a decent living out of it. So then I was like, okay, but then the job is so boring. Like, it's so boring. I'm sorry, but it's so boring. So then I was like, okay, you know what? Let me do some research and, try to figure out if there's any kind of specialist. Because I knew there were specialists in dentistry, but I never really focused on, what they do, what goes down in their own day-to-day kind of life. So then I started doing research, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of interesting. And then I got my braces on, and then I was like, okay, so this means that a normal dentist can put on braces, but then they don't specialize in braces. Only orthodontics specialize in braces. And then I found out there's a dentist that specializes with your jaws and your facial bones and everything. Like, I got a lot of information, and I started getting like more interested. Then I was like, okay, dentistry is kind of cool, and it's not a lot of years of studying, and I can have a social life. So okay. So then a couple of weeks ago, our LO teacher, she gave us an assignment to do, like a job shadowing kind of thing. Then I went to the dentist for all those 4 days. So then I started getting more interested, because I saw people getting their wisdom teeth out. I saw people who broke their jaws and they had to get it like surgically fixed. I saw what else did I see? I saw 3D printing people live in action, like right in front of me, and it was awesome. They printed a hand, people. They printed a hand. Like, I'm just saying, they printed a hand. But then yeah, I saw a lot of things. Okay, so I know now that I want to be a dentist, and I want to pursue in doing that, and I want to work hard for it. And I saw like some of my weaknesses have to be, pushed up, boosted up, so that I can qualify to be a dentist. So now you're probably wondering, what's the whole point of this whole huge long story? The point of the story is, like you read by the title, if you listen carefully to what I was saying while I was telling you the story, the whole point of the story is I did my research. That's the thing. And I don't want to come out as saying I've already studied dentistry and I'm now a qualified dentist who's successful, yada yada yada. I'm still in high school. I'm still in grade 11, not even halfway through. My point is, if you're having difficulty choosing a career, or if you have chosen a career but then you're not really sure if that's the one for you, or do research. Like, a lot of it. No one is, even if people judge you. My own parents judged me because they thought I was like freaking out at such a young age. but do your research. Get some advice from people, whether it's your parents or an actual qualified person that you want to become one day. You have a lot of time. For instance, if you are my age, 16, almost 17, you still have a lot of time. It might seem like a little time. It might seem like that, but you still have a lot of time to do your research and yeah, start applying to universities. So yeah, you guys, I hope I helped. I know I was like talking a lot and I was repeating a lot of things, but then if you want to ask something, do comment down below or email me or like follow me on Instagram. Also DM me any questions in my Instagram. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that post notification bell button below. And also comment down below if you like this video, if you have any questions, any suggestions for another video, and also don't forget to like this video. And yeah guys, don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Lele Baleni in the description box. Anyway, love you guys. Bye. If you haven't subscribed, please press that red like you read by the title, subscribe on it. Press okay. Let's try this again. I want to be a doctor when I wake up. I want to be a doctor when I wake up. When I wake up. When I wake up. Like when I wake up. Wow.